Welcome back. Math's easy, step by step. In this part 26 video, we're going to be adding and subtracting mixed number fractions. As you can see here, two mixed number fractions. And so in part 23, 24, and 25, we were adding and subtracting improper fractions. So now we'll be adding and subtracting mixed number fractions. We have 3 and 1/2 plus 2 and 3/4. Okay, so step one is to convert into improper fractions. So you're going to take each of the mixed numbers and convert them into improper fractions. But I do want to point this out right now. For folks who are maybe more advanced in mathematics, you can add 3 plus the 2, and that gives you the 5. Then you can add the 1/2 plus the 3/4. Find a common denominator, which in this case would be 4. So 2 times 2 is 4. 1 times 2 is 2. Then you add 2/4 plus 3/4, and that gives you 5/4. Convert the 5/4 into a mixed number that gives you 1 and 1/4. So 3 plus 2 plus 1 is 6 and 1/4. You can absolutely do that. But what I'm going to show you here in this first step in converting mixed numbers into improper fractions, for those people who struggle with math, struggle with fraction, or this is a new concept, makes it easier to add and subtract fractions. So I just want to say that right out. Okay, so let's convert these mixed numbers into improper fractions. If you didn't watch my videos on part 23, part 24, and part 25, please do so. It's going to make this much easier to understand. So now, in converting this mixed number into an improper fraction, here's the formula. You take the denominator, the bottom number of the fraction, and you multiply times the whole number. So 2 times 3, and you take that product, right? 2 times 3 is 6, and you add it to whatever's in the top part of your fraction, the numerator. So 2 times 3 is 6. 6 plus 1 is 7, and you keep that same denominator. So 3/2 is 7/2 as an improper fraction. I will show you this visual in a moment. I just want to kind of talk it out and show you the formula. So for 2 3/4, to convert it to an improper fraction, remember improper fractions are top-heavy fractions. You multiply 4 times the whole number. 4 times 2 is 8. And then you add the numerator 9, 10, 11. So 11/4 will be 2 3/4 converted into an improper fraction. Okay, I'm a visual learner, so I want to, and some of you might be visual learners also, and I want to kind of break this down and show you the formula kind of written out. So 2 times 3 is right here, 2 times 3. And then whatever the product is, you add the top number, 1. And then the denominator stays the same. So 2 times 3 is 6. 6 plus 1 gives you the new numerator value. And then the denominator just stays the same, plus plus. 4 times 2 plus 3. 4 times 2 is 8. 9, 10, 11 over 4 is your new improper fraction. So you can see that here again. 2 times 3 is 6, plus 1 is 7 over the same denominator, plus plus. 4 times 2 is 8, plus 3 is 11 over the same denominator. So now you have converted your mixed number fractions into improper fraction. Remember, top-heavy. Improper fractions are top-heavy. So now what you're going to do in step 2 is find a common denominator for these two fractions so you can add them. Let's get her done. Okay, so we have 7/2 plus 11/4. We need to find a common denominator. And just like we did in video part 23, 24, and 25, I'm going to set the two denominators in the top of my product t-chart and multiply each of those values times 1, times 2, all the way to 20 if I have to to find the same product that they both share, right? Remember, product is the answer to a multiplication problem. And I can see here that 2 times 2 is 4, and 4 times 1 is 4. So they both share the value of 4. They both share the value of a product of 8, and they both share a product of 12. Now, I could multiply 2 times 6, top and bottom, and I could multiply 4 times 3, top and bottom, and I'd have a common denominator of 12. But that means I'd have to reduce my answer for my final answer. And that means one more step, one more chance to make a mistake. So I'm going to choose the smallest product as my common denominator, 4. Right? And so I multiply 4 times 1, top and bottom, and I multiply 2 times 2, top and bottom. Let's see what that looks like. Okay, so what you see here is I'm multiplying 2 times top and bottom with the fraction of 7 halves, or 7 over 2. Now, with a number or a value right next to parentheses, this is just another way of showing multiplication, okay? So 7 next to 2 in parentheses means to multiply. 2 next to 2 in parentheses means to multiply. 4 next to this value of 1 in parentheses means to multiply. 11 next to the value of 1 in parentheses means to multiply. It's just another way to show multiplication. So 7 times 2 is 14. 2 times 2 is 4. Plus, plus. 11 times 1 is 11. 4 times 1 is 4. Now we have the same bottom number. We have the same common denominator. We can add the top numbers, 14 plus 11, to get a numerator of 25 fourths. Now this is top heavy, 25 over 4. This is an improper fraction. The last step we're going to take is to convert this improper fraction into a mixed number. Remember, every fraction is a division problem. So 25 divided by 4. 25 divided by 4. Another way to show that is 25 divided by 4. So what number times 4 gets me closest to 25 without going over? I know 7 times 4 is 28. That's larger than 25. I cannot subtract 28 from 25. So I'll drop down to 6. 4 times 6 is 24. 24 is smaller than 25, so I can subtract 24 from 25. That leaves me a remainder of 1. So remember the formula. The number above the divisor bar is my whole number, 6. My remainder of 1 is my new top number of the fraction, or my numerator. And of course, the denominator stays 4 throughout, including your answer. So 25 fourths, 6 and 1/4 are equivalent to each other. They're just two different ways of writing this particular value. So 6 and 1/4 is my final answer, written, converted into a mixed number. Math's easy. Take step by step. Thank you for joining me. Stick around for part 27, 28, 29. I've got a bunch of these examples, and we're going to practice more and more and more and more. Makes you better and better and better. So if I've helped you, please help me to help others. Like, follow, share, subscribe. I appreciate your time. Thank you for joining me.